Today I'm here to explain a little bit or chat a little bit about my vision for the new show, which is called Model Citizens, which I will be creating at the beginning of 2017. Model Citizens is really inspired by two things. Firstly, I found a window display that really had the life of a person all packed up like the old model aeroplanes that you could stick out. So I was kind of interested in the subversion of a model kit and how that kind of relates to Australia as a country and us as a society in Australia. And the second thing I was very inspired by was looking at domestic everyday objects and trying to make those objects not only parts of the scenography and parts of a landscape and parts of the architecture, but those everyday objects being and becoming or providing a platform to offer up circus technique but in a non-traditional way. So imagine a giant peg, 4 meters high that was laying down flat. I could have it as a table. If I put it upright, I could use it as a climbing ladder. Other objects that I'm really interested in looking at are an oversized safety pin. Could I have a double Chinese pole that is a safety pin, looks like a safety pin, opens and closes like a safety pin, and I can use the techniques of Chinese pole without it necessarily only being a Chinese pole. A giant zipper, I'd love to actually unzip. Could I begin with the whole front of the theatre closed off with a front cloth? Do I have a comic character having audience interaction from the beginning to actually unzip the show? Or is that zip on the floor and I'm actually unzipping kind of what's beneath the surface of modern Australia? So it was kind of like how can I look at circus convention and kind of flip it on its head without necessarily needing the traditional apparatus. I'm very, very interested in not only a visual journey, also a theatrical journey. Circus can and does offer us emotional risk as well as physical risk. I'm really interested in finding that dramatic journey in this new show. My background is quite eclectic. I started as a dancer and performer, worked in physical theatre. Obviously I was lucky enough to perform with companies like DPA Physical Theatre and Complicité in the UK. But artistically I branched off and I did musicals, so I feel like I've got a whole lot of aesthetics and a lot of worlds and creative processes that are kind of bubbling away. I do a lot of writing, I do a lot of collecting of information and pictures and photos. Right now I have been working with the set and prop designer Michael Baxter and also the costume designer Laurel Frank. The next part of the journey is finding the right cast to physically voice or literally verbally voice those characters on the journey. It's a really exciting time to be at the helm of Circus Oz, and I'm really looking forward to taking the company in leaps and bounds in new directions.